Welcome everyone. In this video, we'll be taking a close look at the Cobra H.I.S. tank driver, Tactician and Gunner. And by the way, after some additional thought, I have decided to show you the Cobra Commander out of the packaging, and I will elaborate on this in the Cobra Commander review video. So first, here's the Cobra H.I.S. tank driver, aka the Cobra High-Speed Sentry driver. And there's his packaging, which looks awesome. So you can see some nice artwork on the front. Then here's the left side and the right side. And at the back is a schematic of the figure and the accessories. Here's the top and the bottom. And as you know, Semper Fidelis means always loyal. Then the word serpens means serpent. In addition, there's this lock box in the center which holds the accessories. And also there's this cardboard box which contains the same image of him from the front of the box. Alright, so let's have a look at the head sculpt first. So as you can see, the helmet is nicely sculpted and designed. It's got a very glossy finish. And if you look closely, you can see that the raised piece on top of the helmet is actually a sculpted snake design. Looks amazing. As for the visor, it's got a shiny chrome finish. And the protective plating for the nose and mouth looks good. Overall, a very nice looking helmet. In regard to the torso, the chest plate has a very nice design. There's a strap on each end of it, which connects to the back of the armor plating. In addition, the chest plate has a purple and bluish color, which looks really nice. Likewise, the chrome-colored Cobra insignia looks really good. He's also got protective coverings on his elbows. The gauntlets have a shiny black finish. And there's a device attached to his right gauntlet, which is pretty cool looking. This device could remotely control something, possibly the H.I.S. tank or something else entirely. You can see a mix of gold and black right here. And the buttons have a color combination of green, purple, and white. The belt has a series of pockets on it. And the belt buckle area has that same purple and bluish color combination as we saw on the chest plate. There's this holster around the right thigh. In addition, the armor plating around the thighs and knees have a very glossy paint finish. And this shiny armoring extends all the way to the boots. It looks really good. And here's a complete view of the back of the figure. As for the accessories, he has a pistol. It's nicely detailed. Then here's an automatic weapon. And attached to it is a blade, which is for close quarters combat. Looks good. And the clip comes out. And here's two alternate hands, which are fisted. Here's the figure with the pistol holstered and the automatic weapon equipped. Then here he is with the alternate left hand. Next, here's the alternate right hand equipped. And then here's the figure with the pistol unholstered. Then here's a view of the figure without the gauntlet device on the arm. So it's completely up to you, but you do have the option to remove it before equipping him with the fisted right hand. Here's a look at the articulation. The head moves up that far. It moves down that far. It turns from side to side, and it tilts easily. Butterfly joints. The arms raise up all the way. Full arm rotation, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and a wrist swivel with a hinge. ab crunch, and he bends forward really well. He bends backward quite far, waist swivel, and he can pivot at the waist. The legs extend out to the sides nicely, basically a full split. They kick forward all the way, and they move backward this far. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and the lower legs bend back all the way. Swivel at the ankle. The foot goes up that far. It goes down that far. Ankle pivot. And here we have the Cobra H.I.S.S Tactician. This guy looks amazing. And as you know, this is the early bird special figure. And I have to say that the color scheme on this figure looks great, as it totally fits with the H.I.S tank's color scheme. In regard to his primary packaging, it looks great, as the front shows the character in a very awesome pose with his automatic weapon, and he's standing in front of a white and grayish background. And to the right of the image is Ron Rudak's autograph, which looks awesome. Then here's the left side of the box. Then here's the right side. And you can see the number 100, as he's the 100th figure in the G.I. Joe Classified Series line. At the back is basically a schematic of the figure and the accessories he comes with. Then here's the top and the bottom. You can also see his lock box in the middle, and his cardboard box has a larger image of him, and it's the same one from the front of the main package. So let's look at the head sculpt first. So as you can see, this is a very nice looking helmet, and it has the same design and color scheme as a driver's helmet. You can see the snake sculpting on the top of the helmet. And the helmet also has that nice chrome visor, which we saw on the driver as well. Overall, this helmet's head sculpt looks phenomenal. Moving on, the torso looks very good. The chest plate has a black glossy finish, and the Cobra logo is red, as you know. The edges of the armor near the shoulders are red, and the upper portion of the armor around the collar and stuff is a very dark gray. In fact, the base color of his suit, not considering the armor, has that dark grayish color. Looks cool. As for the elbow pads, they're black. The gauntlets are black as well, and the device on his right forearm is gray. In addition, the little details on the schematic area right here are maroon-like color. As for the buttons, they're green, purple, and silver. The belt has a number of pockets and is completely red. The holster is gray. The armor covering the thighs and knees is glossy in design, and so are the boots. And he's got red highlights along the shin areas of the boots. Then here's the back of the figure. Here's the driver and tactician side by side, so you can see the difference between them, and the only difference is the color scheme. Essentially, their helmets, holsters, body armor, and overall suits are completely the same in terms of their design. Even the devices attached to their gauntlets are the same, just not in terms of color, obviously. Overall, the tactician is basically a repaint of the driver figure. Here's the tactician's accessories, and he has the exact same accessories as the driver. So here's his pistol, which looks very good. You can see that the slide is red and the rest of the gun is black. And this weapon's color scheme basically complements the tactician's suit. Then here's the automatic weapon. And just like the pistol, it too has a color scheme of red and black, which looks good. Also, the ammunition clip comes out. Then here's two alternate fisted hands, which the driver has as well. And as you can see, both figures have two fisted hands, which are secondary hands. And the only difference between them is that the tactician's alternate hands have more red on them. Their pistols are basically identical, except for the color scheme, as the Tactician's gun has a black and red color scheme. And the same can be said for their automatic weapons. Here's the Tactician equipped with both the automatic gun and the pistol. Here he is with the pistol holstered. Next, here's a view of him with the left alternate hand. Then here's the figure with the alternate right hand equipped. And here's the figure with the gauntlet device removed. Except for the color scheme, the Tactician basically has the exact same design as the driver. Therefore, his articulation is the same as well. But let's just go through it very quickly anyhow. So he looks up that far. He looks down that far. He can look from side to side, and the head tilts. Butterfly joints. The arms raise up entirely. Full arm rotation, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist swivel with a hinge. Ab crunch, he bends forward that far. He bends back that far. Waist swivel, and he can pivot like this at the waist. The legs extend out to the sides this far. They kick forward all the way, and they go back this far. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and the lower legs can bend back all the way. Swivel at the ankle. The foot goes up that far. It goes down that far. Ankle pivot. Then here's the Cobra H.I.S.S tank gunner, and just like the other two figures, she looks phenomenal. So on the front of the packaging is a nicely done image of her. Then here's the left side of the box. Then here's the right side, and she's number 101 in the Classified Series line. And just like the others, she too has a schematic image at the back of the packaging. Then here's the top of the box, then the bottom. There's her accessory lockbox in the center, and another image of her can be seen in the cardboard box, which is the exact same one from the front. Okay, so regarding her head sculpt, it looks really good. And you'll notice right away that her helmet is the exact same color as the driver's. And in many ways, her helmet closely resembles the driver's helmet. But there are some key differences. For example, the snake's head has more detail sculpted into it compared to the driver's. And the snake's head is also a little bit wider. In addition, the plating covering the nose and mouth areas has a lot of sculpted detail, whereas the driver's lower face plating is basically smooth. Also on her faceplate, you can see a panel in the center with horizontal lines in it. And on each side of it are two slanted lines, which are indented. As for the ears, you can see that each armored ear section is raised with some sculpted detail, whereas the driver's helmet has no ear section that's raised or visible. In addition, the Tactician's helmet also does not have the details that the gunner's does. So the gunner's helmet is unique in this sense. So as you can see, her armoring, color scheme, and overall uniform design are basically the same as those of the driver. In regard to her chest plate, it's nicely detailed, and so is the Cobra logo. And she's got the elbow pads as well. The gauntlets look good, and her gauntlet device is also the same design as that of the driver. It has the same color scheme and everything. Regarding the belt, it looks great, and the same can be said for the armor plating on the thighs, knees, and boots. Then here's a complete view of the back of the figure. Alright, here are her accessories, and she has a number of them. So just like the driver and tactician, she too has a pistol and an automatic gun with a detachable clip. And she also has fisted hands, just like the other figures do. In addition, she has 3 additional weapons that are unique to her. So here's another automatic weapon. It looks very good. In addition, it's got a big cylinder clip at the bottom, and the ammunition has a color scheme of gold and red. The clip can also detach. Next, here's a large hammer-like weapon. Looks good. And this piece basically resembles a shovel. It's shaped like a spade, and it apparently has some damage on it. It's nicely detailed, and it looks good. So here are all 3 of the figures, and as you can see, the driver and tactician are taller than the gunner. And as mentioned earlier, the armor suits of both the driver and gunner are basically the same in terms of style and color scheme, with the only big difference being that the gunner's helmet is more detailed. Overall, all 3 of them look awesome. Here's the gunner with both the pistol and machine gun. Then here she is with the other automatic weapon. Next, here's a view of the figure with the hammer, and the alternate right hand is equipped. Here she is with the shovel accessory. And here you can see the figure without the gauntlet device equipped on the right arm, and the left alternate hand is equipped. Alright, let's look at the articulation. So she can look up this far. She looks down that far, and she can look from side to side easily. Also, the head tilts. She has butterfly joints. The arms raise up this far. Full arm rotation, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and a wrist swivel with a hinge. At the diaphragm joint, she can pivot. She bends forward just a little. And she bends back that far. Waist swivel. Also, she can pivot at the waist. The legs move out to the sides this far. They kick forward all the way, and they go back this far. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and the lower legs go back this far. Swivel at the ankle, the foot goes upward that far, downward that far, ankle pivot. Then here's a view of all 3 figures in some awesome poses. Then here's some more poses. And I just want to add that in regard to seating the figure in the seat, you simply unbuckle the harness button right here, then lift these 2 straps up and insert the driver into the seat. Afterwards, simply lower the straps and fasten everything back together again. And that's all there is to it. Next, here they are with the tank. And even though I showed them with the tank in the previous video, I just wanted to post them some more both in and alongside the tank, as they look so amazing in conjunction with the tank. Then here's a look at both the figures and the tank once again. Then here's a look at the tactician in the rear compartment area. Looks good. So as I conclude this review, I really must say that these 3 figures do not disappoint. Everything about them looks awesome. Their suits, paint job, accessories, and overall design look amazing. In addition, the articulation for all 3 figures is really good. Essentially, these figures greatly complement the H.I.S. tank, and I couldn't be more pleased with all of them. And basically, this HasLab has more than enough to keep any collector very satisfied. Next up is the final and third review relating to the Cobra H.I.S. tank HasLab. and that is the Cobra Commander figure review, which will be released very soon. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this review, and please leave a like and subscribe.